Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. Hope everybody is doing well. Today I am testing 10 pairs of diamond painting tweezers. So if you buy a diamond painting kit that has square drills, you should get a set of tweezers with it. Not always, but the vast majority of the time you will get some tweezers. So today I thought I would just try all of these. These are ones that I've collected over time. I have a lot of most of them, like not just one. I have quite a few of the same style. So this is the different versions that I've got. So I've got 10 and I thought I would just do a little test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a drill tray, put some drills in it, and just try and pick up some drills, see how easy or how difficult it is. Then I'll do that with all of the tweezers. Then I'll actually have a diamond painting and I'll try and pick out some drills that are already placed, because it does happen sometimes you lose concentration and you put the wrong colour in the wrong square. So I thought I'll give these all a try to see how easy or how difficult it is to try and get a drill back out, and that's one that is surrounded by drills. So we'll see how it goes, and all I can say is the very first time that I tried to use tweezers, I managed to pick up a drill and it pinged away and I never ever found that drill again. As soon as that happened, I thought, forget it, I'm not using tweezers. I just used the pen. I only use tweezers if I accidentally spilled drills on the glue, or if I accidentally put the wrong colour in the wrong square. Then I would use tweezers to pick the drills up. But up until very recently, I never used tweezers to actually place the drills. I have been using them now, and I'll talk about that at the end. Okay, so all I'm going to do is try to pick up some drills. I'm just going to pick them up from the tray, put them back in a different row, and I'm going to go through the 10 pairs of tweezers in numerical order. So the first pair is number 1, and these are plastic tweezers. Now these are the only plastic tweezers that I have. Out of all the kits that I've bought, only one so far came with plastic tweezers. So I'm going to give them a try, and as I said, all I'm going to do is try and pick up a drill and see how it goes. So picked it up, can hold it, put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. I'm finding it easy to pick up. No real problems doing that. So they are quite pointed, so it helps. So no problems, as you can see. Every now and again they do ping, it just happens, but in general I'm managing to pick them up and drop them again. So that was number 1, the plastic ones. Now number 2, I think it may have been a set like this that were my very first tweezers. They're quite thin, they're made of metal. They come with this little plastic piece that holds them, stops them springing apart, because they sit open all the time if you don't have that little plastic piece on them. So these are curved, as you can see, gooseneck I suppose you would call it, and I think the idea is because they're angled like that, it makes it easier to pick up. So we'll see how these go. So this is number 2, no problem picking that up, and again, and again. So again, no problem, you can see, pick it up, can hold on to it, it's not slipping or anything. So no problems with number 2. I better put the little plastic piece on it or I'll lose it. So number 3 is basically the same, it's made of the same material, but these are straight, so they don't have the gooseneck. Again, they have that little plastic piece that holds it closed. So this is number 3. So again, some of this is down to me, it's not down to the tweezers. Now, what I'm noticing is they are slightly thicker width-wise, and that is making a difference for me anyway. Trying to pick these up, it's a bit more fiddly. The fine point ones can get in between these ridges. I mean, really the best way, or the way that makes most sense, is to actually use the tray this way, because then the tweezers can get the sides and you don't have the ridges in the way. But when I'm doing diamond painting and I'm picking up drills, I set my hand on the tray just as a guide, not as a guide, just to steady my hand. The trays that I use have straight sides, so they don't tip, and this is much bigger than a standard tray. But I tend to set my hand on the edge while I'm picking up drills. I was probably doing it there without even noticing I was doing it, but normally I have the lines going this way. So a little bit more difficult, these are just a bit thicker, so it's easier to pick the drills up that way, because you don't have the ridge in the way, so you can see it's no problem. It's just that I like to sit my hand, I've just got in the habit, I like to sit my hand on the tray, so I prefer to pick them up that way. So if I turn the tray, no problems. So number 4, again, it's basically the same thing, but quite a bit bigger. If I put them side by side, you can see they're quite a bit wider, but again, straight tweezers. And I can see already that these are much thicker, so I think this is going to be a problem for me. Yeah, it's a lot harder to, I can't get far enough down the side to get a really good grip. I can do it, but it just doesn't feel as secure. Quite a few times there it was sliding over. Again, if I turn the tray and use it this way, it would work because I don't have the lines in the way. As I said, it's just I've got used to doing it the other way. So if the tray is turned this way, it's no problem. If I'm trying to pick them up between the ridges, I can do it, but it just doesn't feel as secure. I'm not picking them up straight either. So that's because the tip, you can see if I compare them, open this one up, hopefully it focuses, but hopefully you can see that the top pair are a bit, I mean it isn't much, but it makes a big difference to me. So that was number 4. Number 5, quite a bit different. Again, sort of gooseneck, but it's really pointing down. Different design from the first one that I did, which looks like that. So you can see there's a much steeper angle. So I'll give these a try. Again, I'll do it sideways now. These are even thicker. That is hard, because basically what's happening is the tweezers are hitting the top of the ridges on the tray, and I'm not really getting a grip. In fact, I think most times it's going to pop away. Yeah, it's sliding off them. So definitely won't work that way, but again, if I do it sideways, it should be easier. I'm still kind of sliding, but a lot better. So they do work, I just can't use the tray that way. Now we get to number 6, which are a very nice pink pair of tweezers, and these are actually branded. These ones came from Spell Queen. Now these are a lot thicker. They don't feel like tin like these other ones. The previous ones, these silver ones, are very easy to bend. In the past I've tried using a pair and I had to actually bend the tips towards each other to get them to pick up a drill. These ones are made more of steel. They're a lot stronger, and they are, as you can probably see, very, very pointed. So I'll give these a try. So no problems. I just realised I'm actually taking them up that way, which is not what I normally do. I think I just did it automatically because I was doing that last one. So normally I pick them up this way, and I feel I've got a lot more control over the drill. I don't have any problem holding it up and holding it. It's not going to ping. So no problem with these at all. Okay, so that was Spell Queen. Now I have another pair. These are black. They have a code number, ESD10, which is the design, I think. And these ones are also branded. These are from Evermoment. So they are ESD10s. And again, they are made of metal, it's not tin. They're a lot more solid, they're a lot heavier, and again they're the very pointed tip, and again no problems at all picking up. Because the tip is so fine, it can get in between the top of the ridge and the side of the drill, and it is very easy to pick up drills and very easy to hold them. I don't feel as if the drill is going to slip. So these work very well. So that was number 7 from Evermoment. If you ever do get tweezers like these and the Spell Queen, always remember to put the cap on them. They come with a pretty thick plastic cap, because these points are extremely sharp. So for everybody's safety, including yours, and the kids or the pets, always put the cap on. Don't leave them sitting around open. So now we have number 8, and again this has a code number, ESD14. So we have ESD10, ESD14. And you can see the slight difference in design. We've got this lip, this ridge here, that we don't have on this one. Apart from that, they feel exactly the same, but they're just a different style. And these ones are unbranded. So I don't know which kit I got these with. So I'll try these as well. Remember to do it the way that I normally do it. So, oops, that was me. So again, because the tips are very fine and they're steel, they're not going to bend. I don't need very much pressure at all to pick up the drill. And I think that was the problem the very first time I tried to pick up drills. I'm pretty sure I was holding the tweezers down here at the tip, and pressing really hard to try and pick up the drill, and that was just causing the drills to ping away. I've realised that you don't need, in fact it's better if you don't try and squeeze here. If you squeeze them a lot further back, you've got a lot more control. You don't have to press hard. So all I'm doing is this bottom finger, the one nearest, that's the one. All I'm doing is putting a little pressure with that one, and you can adjust it really easily and just get it the right pressure, and they pick up. And the main thing is you can hold on. You don't want drills where you pick the drill up and you're moving over to the canvas and it drops. It gets really annoying when that happens. So again, these ones are working really well. So now we move on to number 9, and again these are exactly the same as number 8, except they don't have a design code on them. They're just black. Now I'm pretty sure these came from Diamond Art Club. As far as I remember, the Diamond Art Club ones aren't stamped, but they are exactly the same. They feel the same, they look the same dimensions, they just don't have the code stamped on them. And if I've got that wrong, that would mean that these were the Diamond Art Club, but I think it is these ones. I don't think Diamond Art Club have a stamp, but as I said, I could be wrong. It's one or the other, but these are exactly the same. No problems using them. And then number 10, the last ones are basically the same again, except they're in metallic gold, and I can't remember which company these came with in a kit, but these are the ones that I use. These are the ones that I use all the time. I just like the gold, simple as that. They are identical to the black ones to use, and the feel of them. They are exactly the same shape. You can see just a different finish on them, and again, no problems picking up. So that's it. That's the 10 different ones that I've got. What I'm going to do next is, I've got my custom diamond painting is hiding under here. I'm going to open a section that I've done, so it's complete, and I'm going to randomly pick out a drill, try and get a drill out as if I had put the wrong colour in, to see how easy it is with the different designs. That was how I used to use tweezers originally. That was all I used them for. It was either to pick up drills that I accidentally dropped on the glue, or it was to pick out drills that I put in the wrong place, or drills that I noticed after I put them in they were defective and I wanted them back out. And that was the only time that I used tweezers. So I'll set this up and I'll go through all the tweezers again, just try to pick out a drill and put it back. Simple as that. Okay, this is the diamond painting that I'm working on at the moment. It's called Tivoli at Halloween. It is full of confetti, which means there are a lot of individual colours. I don't have many blocks of the same colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use number 1, which is the plastic tweezers, and I'm going to try and pick out a drill as if I had placed the wrong colour in the wrong place, and we'll see how it goes. So I haven't done this with any of these except the ones that I normally use. So I'm already looking at this and thinking that the tip of these look huge, but we'll give it a try. So normally I would, in fact I'm thinking I can actually see the tip is a little bit bent at the very tip because it's only plastic. So normally I would go in the side of the drill and just lever it up. It did work, but it wasn't as easy. So all I'm going to do is put the drill back in, and I'll pick a different one. It feels different. Trying to squeeze a piece of plastic in here, it just does not feel the same, and it's taking a lot more time than the ones that I use. So I've tried to lift out one and I've managed to poke out two. And the one that I did get up has fallen back in. So I want to get that out. Okay, so I'm just seeing what it's like to work with them. So the drill is upside down. I want to flip it over. That was easy enough. Then pick it up. And it pinged away, but I can see it, so get it back, put it in, pick this one up, put it back and put it in. That was fiddly. There's no weight in these tweezers. When I'm trying to prise up the drill, it just doesn't feel right. So yeah, not too impressed with the plastic tweezers. So now I'll go to number 2, which was tin ones. Now I would think if I was going to use these to pry anything up, I would turn the tip around this way. I'll just try a different one. So go down in the gap, and that came up straight away, but it brought one up behind it. So that one's lifted up. All I would do is just press it back down and then pick that up. Now these tweezers, you could use them that way. That's the way that I put them down. That's definitely the way I would use to try and pick out a drill. So picked it up, flip it over. Now I could pick it up with the tweezers that way, or I could pick it up with the tweezers that way. Now I would use it that way. I'm absolutely certain there's going to be people saying I use them the other way. It doesn't matter. It's whatever works for you. I feel more comfortable picking up that way. Just drop it back in, give it a little push. But to get them out, I would definitely dig. You don't dig into the canvas. All you're doing is pushing down the side of the drill and just pressing against it, and it lifts it up. If you press down straight into it and turn it, it can ping quite far, as my wife found out. So just down the side and then just tilt it, and it should lift the drill without the drill shooting across the table. So it makes it easy to pick it up and take it out. So number 3 is the straight ones. Again, this tin, they feel flimsy. These are definitely thicker, but still managed to work. But I think you can see that the metal ones get the drill out a lot easier than the plastic. So picked up, feels as if it's going to ping away. They just feel really thick to me. So that was easy. Try another one. So you can see it's pretty easy to pick out. So the tin is, for me anyway, is definitely better than the plastic. So now we go to number 4. This could be interesting. These are the ones that feel even thicker. Pick a different drill. Now, yeah, that's what I would do, is actually use just one side of the tweezer, maybe. Even that feels thick. So yeah, this is not easy, because basically what's happening is it's pushing the drills apart, and there isn't really a lot of play in this. So I would I would actually forget that. So number 4, for getting drills out, I would say it's actually worse than the plastic because it's too thick. So forget number 4. Number 5 is the first set of Gooseneck, pretty evil looking things. Again, I would be tempted, these are thick as well, I'd be tempted to try and gouge, but I can tell by looking at them it's not going to work. They're rounded at the end, they're not pointed. Yeah, I managed to get that out, but it's nowhere near as easy as with the other tweezers. Again, picking up, I suppose you could try and get it back over. The thing is, when you take drills out like that, they have a little bit of glue on them, as you can see, stuck to the tweezers. And if you do that and take them out and put them back in with other drills, like say I had picked that out because it was the wrong colour, what happens is other drills in the tub start to stick to it. So you could pick up that way or pick up that way, whatever way feels most comfortable. To me, these tweezers are too thick, so I'm not very impressed with those either. I'll put the little plastic thing back on, hold them together. But they are, I don't know how well this is going to show up, but they are a lot more rounded at the end. You can maybe see they're a lot thicker, and that's what's causing the problem, trying to get the drills, just not thin enough to get between them. That was 5. Number 6 is the pink Spell Queens. So again, I'll just go in between, turn it up. Of course it fell back in the hole. But it's really easy when you've got tweezers that are so fine. There's no problem getting in that little gap and flipping them up. And then again, picking them up, total control, no problem at all. And it will be the same for all the rest. All of these steel tweezers are exactly the same at the end. They're thin enough to get in the gap, easy to flick up without, you're not using that much force that when it gets up it pings away, it just flips up. And then you can pick it up, turn it over, pick it up. Again, you can see it was sticking, that's because a little bit of the glue sticks. So that's it. All I do is, when I'm putting them in, just touch them. I don't press hard. I wait until I finish the section, then I use a small roller with a rubber roller and press them all down hard. So I don't press them in or anything when I'm placing them. Same with the pen. All I do is touch the glue, just touch the drills down, I don't press them down. So again, that was number 8 or ESD 14, and no problem. These are a lot stronger, so they don't bend, they don't have that bend in them that the tin ones have. So when you tilt them, they bring the drill up really easily. And then we've got number 9. I think I might have missed every moments, but it doesn't really matter. These are, to all intents and purposes, they're exactly the same. They're heavy, they're very sharp, and you can be very accurate with them. And then we get down to my favourite golden tweezers. And again, just in the gap, lift it up, back down, lift it up, take it out, flip it back over, pick it up, drop it in, little tap, and that's it. So that's it. The test of 10 tweezers is now complete. So the plastic tweezers, not the best. especially when you're trying to pick drills out of a painting that you've been working on. They are soft and they are pretty thick, so it makes it difficult. These other ones, the gooseneck, the thicker ones, they're very rounded at the end, and again, because of that, it makes it difficult to get in that little gap. They are fine for placing, no problems at all. Even the plastic ones, once you get used to them, the plastic ones are fine for picking up and placing, but it's when you need to pick drills out, and it will happen. You will put down drills sometimes and then suddenly notice, oh, there's a little hole in that one, or it's misshapen a bit, I want to take it out. A lot more difficult with the plastic ones and these thicker goosenecks. The tin ones, as I call them, the shiny metal ones, all of these, they work fine because they've got a sharp tip. Not as sharp as the steel ones, but still very pointed, so you can get them in that gap and flip up. They all work. As I said, it was, I think, this style that I tried the very first time a long time ago. I had never used tweezers for anything before, so I think what I was doing wrong is I was holding the tweezers really close to the tip and trying to squeeze to hold the drill, and I was putting far too much pressure on the drill and it would just ping. I've since realised that if you hold them further back, you have a lot more control. It's a lot easier to work them. So I've found that the tin ones, as I call them, are actually fine. It's just a matter of getting used to them, and that was what I wanted to say. You will probably find at the beginning, when you try and use tweezers, they ping all over the place, and it's because you're holding or trying to press them too tight, and you're possibly holding them too close to the tip. Try moving your hand back and just use one finger to press one side of the tweezer, and a bit of practice and you'll get used to it. The way that I practiced was picking up drills that I accidentally spilled. I would pick them up one at a time with tweezers and put them back, or if I was trying to take out a drill that I had misplaced the wrong colour, I would use the tweezer for that, but I would only do that. I would just pick it out and that would be it, and I would put the right drill in with the pen. So I never really got into the practice, but after doing that, picking up just the extras and stuff, I started to find it was easier to pick them up. But the big difference for me was when I started using tweezers like these. It wasn't these blingy gold ones, it was just the black. I think it was Diamond Art Club the first time that I got tweezers like this, and I found them really easy to use. They're really easy to control. They're made of steel, so you don't feel as if they're going to bend or anything. You don't have to press hard at all to get them to pick up a drill. I find it now anyway, I find it easy to pick them up and hold on to the drill. I can pick up a drill and be looking on the canvas, looking for if I missed any that colour, and I can sit and hold it, and I'm not worried about it pinging away or dropping it or anything like that. So out of all of them, the pointed ones, the ones that come with this thick nylon cover and the very, very sharp tip, these to me are the best tweezers. A lot of different companies do them, but they are basically the same. It doesn't matter if they're black, gold, pink, it's basically the same tweezer. So any of these I would definitely recommend. So if you're still using a pen, like the vast majority of people, give tweezers a chance. That wasn't funny, was it? Anyway, I would say just a little bit of practice and you might be surprised. if you do get used to using tweezers, then you don't have to worry about pink wax, which wax is the best and which wax lasts the longest and what alternatives to have. You don't have to worry about any of that. And the tip of the diamond painting pens, the brass ones at least, the ones that come with the kits, they can get dented and they can crack over time, they can wear, they can get sharp and start to dig into your drills. Again, with tweezers, you don't have to think about that. So to me, it is definitely a viable option to use tweezers, but after saying that, I still prefer to use my pen. So that's it for today. I hope you found it entertaining in some weird way. If you did, and you want to see more about diamond painting, accessories, unboxings, anything at all to do with diamond painting, please subscribe and hit the notification button. If you do that, you may catch me live on YouTube Live. I do random lives. I don't have set days and times, it's just when I can fit them in. And I'm always interested in meeting other diamond painters from around the world, spending a bit of time with them and just getting to know them a little bit more than just posting messages up in groups. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, take care, be safe and wash your hands.